BBC Essex.
It's 29 minutes past 6, and now on BBC Essex, we're going to take the time to pause for just a few moments. Our reflection this week on Coronation Weekend comes from Sidra Naeem, who is Deputy Lord Lieutenant for the County of Essex.
A record 70 years has passed since the crowning of a new monarch. It is an honour to be present in this specific period of history as the King embarks on this momentous stage of his reign. The coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla brought our nations together and was a historic moment that will be remembered for years to come. It was a privilege to witness the occasion and to be a part of the celebrations that united us all with pride and patriotism in Great Britain and beyond. As the coronation of King Charles III approached, we eagerly anticipated the festivities. The main ceremony at Westminster Abbey lived up to its promise of being a grand affair and showcased the pomp and pageantry of our nation, which was awe-inspiring. The celebrations were not limited to just Westminster Abbey. Throughout the nations, communities organised their own festivities, from street parties to live performances, games and children's entertainment. The range of activities brought our communities together and made the occasion all the more special. Today, many people will be taking part in the National Coronation Big Lunch initiative. This will be a particular highlight when neighbours and communities are able to come together to share food and have fun. It will be heartening to see so many people united in joy and enthusiasm, honouring the age-old traditions. On Bank Holiday Monday, it is the Big Help Out. This is a national campaign to showcase how volunteering benefits both communities and the people who take part. People nationally will be uniting and taking part in volunteering for good causes. Homelessness is a rising issue in Britain, and I will be climbing up the O2 to raise much needed funds for my charity called Feed the Needy. The money raised will be used to buy cooked food to feed the poor and hungry. After the weekend celebrations, we look forward to His Majesty's dedicated service to Britain and the Commonwealth with the same wisdom and grace that the late Queen had shown. We hope that he continues to promote good relations between members of all faiths and communities in a spirit that will help to make Britain a tolerant country. We wish for his ongoing good health and long life. God save the King.
Sidra Naeem, Deputy Lord Lieutenant for the County of Essex, with our reflection. And there was a lot to reflect on, wasn't there? Sidra celebrating the joy that has come from this weekend, because it's a strange one, isn't it? As Sidra said, most of us don't remember a coronation. Quite a few do. I know plenty of people remember watching the coronation on TV in 1953, But many of us had never seen a coronation until yesterday, and we're going to have to change the whole way we talk about things, aren't we? Because I just did it. I just said the coronation, because for 70 years that was it. The coronation was 1953, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, but it's not the coronation anymore, is it? We just had another one. Yesterday, for a whole generation now, is the coronation, and it did feel like a new beginning. Obviously, King Charles became king the very moment that his mother died, 3:10 on September the 8th, 2022. At that moment, the symbolism of the crown and all the responsibilities that go with being the constitutional monarch, they passed silently to Charles III. But yesterday, the crown physically passed to him. And it did feel like a new beginning. And I think one of the things that struck me about watching the coronation was how strange it was to see King Charles wearing the crown. We'd never seen that before, and it did look different. The crown, especially the imperial state crown that he wore as he left the coronation, crowned with St Edward's crown, as have many other monarchs before him been, but he left wearing the imperial state crown. And that's probably the more recognisable crown, isn't it? We only ever see St Edward's crown at a coronation and in the run-up to a coronation. But we see the imperial state crown far more often. It's worn at the state opening of Parliament. And of course, we remember it being placed on the coffin of Queen Elizabeth II as the symbol of her queenship. So to see Charles in the imperial state crown and in St Edward's crown just felt very, very unusual. And it was a day of history. You did feel that you were watching history unfold. But then it makes you realise as well, we're on one side of history, but others will see him on another side of history because he is now a crowned king. And so however long his reign may last, in 100 years' time, 200 years' time, 500 years' time, he is to those people ahead of us that we will never know, King Charles III, the crowned king. For them, one of the main images of him will be wearing the crown. But for us, it was rather striking to see him in the crown and then to see him in the crown at the centre of the royal family on the balcony. Because as you were looking at the balcony, you thought, my goodness, it does look different. Because, of course, he was always just to one side, wasn't he? He was always at the side of Queen Elizabeth II. But now it's all on him. And it was one of those moments that really, really made you stop and think. We will hear from Sidra again just after 9:30. If you'd like to listen to her reflection, 9:30, you'll hear it again.